Alright, so I'm doing a quick review on my my new brake lines, the stainless steel braided brake lines. So this is a Spiegler. And you saw my other video, you saw that, you know, my install video. So I've ridden it a few times now, so I'm going to talk about it. So yeah, so putting it on wasn't too difficult. The main thing was up in the, you know, getting all the gas tank off and taking off the old hard line, right? Otherwise, it was a pretty straightforward, simple task. Even bleeding it was pretty easy as well. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be harder to bleed, but it was, you know, it bled just like any regular brakes. This is my first time. Well, this is my first bike with ABS, so I wasn't too sure about it, but it bled like any other brakes. So yeah. So basically, these brakes, you know, the stock brakes are, or the stock brake lines, they're not. They just don't have any feel. You know, you're squeezing the lever. It didn't matter if you were light on the brakes or heavy on the brakes. On the original brake lines, it felt the same. There was no feel to it at all. I couldn't tell where I was on how strong the brakes were. You know, if I was near lockout or not. You know, I would squeeze, and all of a sudden the ABS would activate. I was like, okay, there it is. But you know, being light on the brakes or heavy on the brakes, it felt exactly the same. But with the braid lines, there's actually a feel to it. So you can actually feel, oh, it's lighter than you actually. As you give it more pressure, you actually feel, oh, it's getting you know, more pressure. You know, the brakes are becoming stronger and stronger, firmer and firmer, basically firming down on the brakes. So it gives you a lot of feel, so that way you could better modulate the brakes. So that was the main thing. As far as power goes, it doesn't really feel much different power-wise. It's mainly just gives you that feedback. So that's what I wanted, and I got exactly what I got. So it feels great. So I like it. I really like it now. So that's with the front. The back, you know, the back is always kind of vague because in the front, you know, your hands have better feel than your feet does. So the so the back is always kind of vague, especially through the thick boots. Or, you know, when you have, you know, boots are obviously thicker than gloves, and the sole is kind of hard, right? Kind of solid, so you don't have that much feel. But I don't know. I don't know if the back made any difference, because, you know, before I couldn't have any much feel. Even now, I you know, because of the boots, it's kind of hard to tell. But the front, totally, you could totally tell. So yeah, so that's my review of that, and you know, I would definitely highly recommend stainless steel brake lines. You know, the feel that they get from them, it feels fantastic. You could have complete feel on them, and being able to modulate. You know, because of that feedback, you're able to modulate the brakes, so you know where it's at. So I think that's very, very important. Whereas before, there was no feel at all, and I had no idea where I was at as far as how much power I was putting down on the brakes, until all of a sudden, you know, suddenly the ABS kicks in. So yeah, so I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.